Gerade noch rechtzeitig rausgekommen. Hier ist Oleg Denisov.
Oh, my name is Oleg. I'm from Russia and I actually live there. You know, I'm not one of those Russians who came here and settled. You know, the ones expats, well, immigrants. Let's not use any of these politically loaded terms and call those Russians by their neutral technical name, deserters. Recently in Russia, we had only two news topics. First, it was all about coronavirus, and now it's all about Putin. And I wish they would stop, really. These are really two horrible topics. One of them is a terrible disease which kills people, and the other is coronavirus, right? It's true that some people in Russia support Putin, as they live with the state-controlled media for decades. But many people oppose Putin now in a very brave way, constantly in danger of arrests and prison. The first story that the world remembers was, of course, Pussy Riot. Remember the 4 girls in colorful balaclavas that did an anti-Putin sing and dance inside the main cathedral of Moscow? Went to prison for 2 years, got out, became celebs, got on stage with Madonna, as if the prison wasn't punishment enough. And then we had a story of Ruslan Sokolovsky, a blogger who was arrested and criminally prosecuted for catching Pokemons in a church. And in this case, I think, there was a certain logic behind the prosecution, because a church is obviously not an appropriate place to search for some creature that doesn't really exist, is it? But recently, when all the independent media have been closed, elections rigged, and thousands of people get arrested for sharing on social media and coming out in the street, we, the Russian people, we normalize the problems in our heads because it's impossible to help the situation. Now, whenever they see in the news something like a baby was sent to prison for 8 years for being born with a birthmark in the shape of Navalny, and we go, well, we admire his courage, but it was his personal choice. Everybody has to face consequences of their own actions. So now the country is getting isolated, and it's up to us, the Russians, to clean up this mess. And while it's not the war of Russians, we have to accept that we will be seen differently in the world from now on. Many people in Russia don't understand the Western sanctions, for example. They say they're going to cancel our European visas. And about 80% Russians are saying, well, first of all, what's a visa? And the rest who have a passport are saying, well, so what if they cancel our visas? Last time the West cancelled somebody, the worst thing they got is a special on Netflix. We will be seen differently. Before, when I came to perform abroad as a Russian comedian, everybody was sympathetic, interested and going, can you tell us how shit everything is in Russia? Maybe something shit happened in Russia recently? Or maybe a president, maybe he did something shit again. And I just go, well, officer, can I get a stamp in my passport? I just arrived. There's people waiting in line. Russia was used to be seen as a mix of dangerous and beautiful. After one show, a guy from the audience told me that his associations with Russia were just 2 things, Russian mafia and Russian ballet. And I think they're great, and they're great associations, and they're very similar things, Russian mafia and Russian ballet, in 3 main respects. Firstly, they're both internationally famous. Secondly, nobody has actually seen them live. And thirdly, they're both chiefly concerned with breaking people's legs. So now I think that the beauty part will shiver a bit, and the danger part will grow bigger. And although none of us is completely blameless, we Russians, we don't want this war. Our grandparents survived the Second World War, and we got it from them that war is the worst solution to anything. That's why it's not even allowed in Russian media to call it a war. But it seems that more and more people are seeing what it really is. We're all prisoners of what we are and what we've become through our choices. And we're all constantly paying the price. We just hope that the price will not be in dollars or euros at this point, because frankly, we don't have this sort of money anymore. Fuck the war. Thank you very much, guys. My name is Oleg Denisov. Bye-bye.
Oleg Denisov aus Moskau.